What's going on, guys? Black Scout Survival Late Night Live. It's a Friday night, late night live. I don't think we've ever done one of these. Usually I take a break on Friday. But today we're going to be talking about the expected food shortages, some reasons behind it, and also have Nutrient Survival with me tonight to talk about their company and why they got into it, the food they make. And we're going to be doing some giveaways. We're giving away 3 different items. So make sure you stay tuned through the entire video because we're going to give you things to do to get the prizes. So I'm going to go ahead and get Becky and Eric in here with me. Hey, Becky and Eric, how are you guys doing?
Hello, good evening, Jack.
Good evening. So obviously, you guys work for Nutrient Survival, the best food there is. I mean, it truly is. That's why I use it. And I just want to kind of tell you about tell my audience about you guys, and then I'll kind of tell you how I got into Nutrient Survival. So Eric's Airborne Ranger, so we won't hold that against him. But Eric, tell us about your part in the company and about the company a little bit.
Well, come on, Jack. Now we used to call you guys what, like jarheads or something like that?
Yeah.
Well, I won't hold that against you either. But no, I've had a couple Marine instructors along the way. They were okay. They were good people. Good people, definitely.
Yeah, man. I was when I
Yeah.
was at jump school, there were some Rangers there, and instructors are Rangers, and I mean they gave us hell. they gave Marines hell, but it was a good time.
That's it. They just you show up those goofy uniforms, you can't help it. Make fun of them,
That's exactly. They pick you out very quickly.
That's right. No, So no, we've been in this business for about 2 years, and we started this thing in the heart of the pandemic in July 2020. And people are looking for food, as you guys remember, wherever you could get it. There were shortages out on the shelves. Nothing was out there, and we said, shoot, let's try to make our stuff available. And the reason that we're such a good solution is you can have all the gear, you can have all the training in the world, you can have your weapon systems, your transportation, your energy, all this stuff to get out of a pinch when the shit hits the fan. But if you don't have a sound mind and body, you are worthless. And we believe, and there's a lot of science for this, that when you power your body at a cellular level with nutrients, that you can get through. You can function. And believe it or not, we design our stuff to the nutritional standards of the military. And I know that rings true to you, rings true to me, because this stuff's been studied for, years and years and years. Lots and lots of money put into studying what soldiers need to get through these tough situations. And what the military said is they need nutrients. They need nutrient density. And so we design our food to the nutrient standards of the U.S. military. But obviously, it's for people like us. We actually don't even sell a dang thing to the military. That's maybe down the road, but it's all about keeping people like you and me, ready to plow through an eventuality, so to speak.
Yeah, that was about the time I found you guys. I was looking. Obviously, I was like, during the beginning of the pandemic, I said, man, I probably need to. You can never have enough food, right? Because I mean, you got to eat every day. And so I started looking around, and I'd used every other company before, camping, hiking, and the food kits. But I'm into fitness and weightlifting and stuff. And so obviously, the nutrients in a lot of them were just not there. And I'm like, man, if I have to really perform, if it's some kind of civil war, societal breakdown, am I going to be able to perform on this, and zombie apocalypse, whatever it may be. And I found you guys. And so I started buying the food. And then Becky, who's here with us, one day.
I still want to see the workout of the day challenge between Eric and Jack. I feel like
we're going to do that. Yeah, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna let Becky tell about herself too, because she's a fitness guru. So
she is. She's a nut.
Becky contacted me through an email and said, "Hey, saw some of your videos. Would you be interested in having some more food?" And she was unaware of this, but I'd already had some of their food, had gotten some, and so I was like, "Yeah, obviously, I would like some food."
You're like free stuff.
Yeah, free stuff. Yeah.
I'll take some free stuff. Perk of the job.
There's something, when you grow up poor, you never turn anything down free. I promise you. Like I will never turn down a free meal. And so I got the food. I was happy. Becky didn't ask me for anything in return. I mean, didn't ask me to advertise for them. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And that was huge because most people send you something wanting something. And so it was actually a free meal. People say free meals don't exist. It was a free meal. And then out of nowhere, she a few months later, maybe 6 months, sent me some more stuff, and I was like, wow. And so one night I wanted to do, it was like, I think a hurricane had came through and I was talking about hurricane preparedness. And so I was looking, I went back to the email and I called her out of the blue. She never had spoken to me before. And I said, hey, I'm doing a video tonight and, I like your guys' food. And can you get my,
Oh, I do. I remember that. I
yeah, I
remember
was like,
that. And I was like, Eric, Jack wants to. I was like, what?
yeah, I was like, I want to get a discount code for my
Yeah.
viewers because,
I was like, all right.
yeah, because it was some bad stuff going on, and I was like wanting to help people out, And then I don't know if you remember this, but about 20 minutes later, I called you right back and I said, hey, Becky, just before I do this, I need to make sure you guys aren't communists. You remember that?
Oh no. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I remember because it was a joke around the office for a while. It was like my favorite line.
Yeah.
So it was
Yeah.
it
I
was
was like, I don't want to
fabulous.
support communists. I just want
That's
to make
right.
sure before I go, sending people your
No,
way.
I said,
We're
no,
aligned
no,
on
no.
that one, Jack. You and me both, man.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I think that our alignment was spot on. So we carried on.
Yeah. She immediately started talking about firearms stuff. I said, okay, we're good to go.
Yeah.
And
Yes. Our owner owns a gun company. So that was the
yeah.
easy fit in.
Yeah. Very, very good gun company too. Very, very
Yeah.
high quality stuff.
That's right.
And so, so that's how the relationship began. I'm still a fan. I eat your stuff all the time. I mean, I told you the hack, or at least I told my viewers the hack is
The
the
coffee and the chocolate shake.
coffee and the chocolate shake. I mix it all the time. I eat it multiple times a week. I actually
Yeah.
called Becky the other day because I needed more coffee. I was like, I'm out of coffee.
Yeah, did you get that? I feel like
Yeah,
okay, awesome. Perfect.
Okay.
So
Good.
Becky,
Otherwise,
tell us
Becky, you're
about
fired. Good
go
job.
ahead.
I'm fired.
No, if you didn't get him the coffee, so good job.
Eric, don't doubt me. Do you see that
we'll
Becky needs
keep
a
going.
raise in the comments already?
Yeah. Becky, tell us
Good
about
Becky.
yourself. You're a fitness guru. We know that. So go ahead.
So I am a fitness guru. I guess you could say that I do have multiple things. For most of my life before I took this desk job, I was all things fitness, from personal training to 500-hour yoga. I just recently had my 500-hour reformer Pilates. So that was my shtick. So when Jack was talking about macros and fitness, that was an easy segue. And why I back our product as well, because it not only holds you over, it helps heal your body and provides you what you need, especially when you're either putting up, weights at the gym or, like Eric said, eventualities. It's just there to support and to heal your body. So yes, all things fitness, that seems to be an old self, but it is still part of my habits. Like I go to the gym every day. I do a lot of my YouTube research on the Stairmaster. I watch. I try to be moving while I'm doing my research or corresponding to some of our partners. So yes, thank you, Jack, for that ability to let your audience know that yes, I do come from a fitness background. So I don't usually get to tell my story. I'm just really the brand partnership manager with a lot of fitness background. But again, it does segue into believing in a product and then helping connect those people. Yeah.
Yeah, it works out just because the nature of your guys' product. I mean, what I try to explain to people is that they're very clean. The macro breakdown is phenomenal. Like if you were wanting to gain lean muscle mass, lose belly fat, if you ate nutrient survival, you would do that. I mean, it's proportioned correctly.
Absolutely.
Anyhow, so let's kind of talk about the food shortages. Obviously, this is a lot of fear with a lot of people, a lot of families, and things like that. I wanted to kind of go over what I saw from Bloomberg today, and something that I've been noticing, but didn't really cross my mind until today. But Bloomberg says as financial markets and media remain focused on recession timing and debate over whether the Federal Reserve will flip to cutting interest rates, growing threats to the U.S. food supply, exasperated by government policy, shouldn't go underappreciated. Americans have seen double-digit price increases in food categories this year. We're looking at 12% on meat, poultry, fish, and eggs, and bread rose 11%. Milk increased by 16%, and this is all from the U.S. Census Bureau. That they also said that a tenth of the American population does not have enough food to eat. So obviously, I've seen the cost in the grocery store. Milk usually mirrors gas. I don't know if you guys have heard that before. Old timers
Mhm.
used to say that. I didn't believe it was true, but it's absolutely
Mhm.
true. But obviously, this is a massive problem, and it could get to a point where you can't afford food. I mean, it's happened. It's happened in other countries. This isn't some hypothetical situation. Um, do you guys see it costing more for you guys to produce the food and increase costs? Is that something like that would need people should get into now before it gets too overwhelming, or do you have your supply chain already set? What is the thoughts on that, Eric?
Man, I'll tell you, it is no doubt the costs are going higher. It has been very difficult year for us. You can start with labor. Last year at this time we were paying folks on average rate of about $15, which is pretty good, right?
Yeah.
We're paying 20 right now, right? 20. And so, do the math on that. Our ingredients that we're buying are at least 25 to 50% higher than where they were a year ago. And it's been difficult. Now, the nice thing is with us being a small company, we were previously buying smaller quantities. And now that we're buying bigger quantities, we're able to keep our pricing relatively stable. But take eggs, for example, HPAI, high pathogen avian influenza, knocked out 40 million chickens.
Yes.
40 million chickens. That was in the US. You saw egg prices skyrocket 400%. And if I were to charge you what it would cost me to, keep my to make money to break even, I'd have to charge $250 a can.
Yeah.
When that thing broke out. Now it's come down a little bit, and we're selling eggs for $100 a can. Last year this time we were selling for $47. Okay, and that's just covering our costs. So that's probably the one that's exacerbated. The biggest example of where costs have just gone crazy.
I mean,
But
it's literally
it's
survival for businesses right now. I mean, so many people lost their businesses during the pandemic. So I mean, it's survival. And people will say, "Well, all your price gouging us." No, we're trying to survive.
No, that's it. We're just trying to survive. It's crazy. Fuel prices, shipping costs, because we're a direct to consumer internet company, for the most part, and all that stuff is just going through the roof, man. It's insane. It's insane. So we're trying to do our best to hold things in line because we know people are hurting. I saw the other day 1 in 6 people are behind on their utility bill, so they're just trying to survive.
Yeah.
So I empathize and I understand. You got to keep the electricity on, and believe it or not, it's not just. It's people in my company. I hear stories from my team where, man, the gas is getting cut off, and I'm like, man, that's unbelievable, right? And it's sad, but it's affecting people like you and me every single day.
Yeah. And people don't look at it, but farmers are giving up their farm because of the inflation right now. I mean, a lot of them quit during the pandemic because they just could not survive it. Then the inflation now is shutting a lot down. China's buying up an immense amount of U.S. farm, have been for years. So the cost of hay is around $220 a roll right now, where it was during pre-pandemic was $45 a roll, and now it's or during a typical drought year, it's $120. So this is the worst it's ever been.
Yeah.
And obviously you need hay to, feed the livestock. So it's hitting on every gamut.
I've got farmer friends. I've got farmer friends. I'm out in Maryland right now. I had to come back here and been working my butt off trying to pack up boxes and stupid stuff like that. But I've got farmer friends out here, and they're having to make choices about do they put something in the ground or not, because their biggest costs are fuel and fertilizer. Both those things have been incredibly impacted by the Russia-Ukraine thing, and its lingering effects. So they're deciding, do I even put anything in the ground, or should I sell out to a developer? Look at Bill Gates. He bought 270,000 acres.
He is the largest U.S. farm landowner in the United States or in the world.
And what he's trying to do?
A lot.
What he's trying to do? He's trying to take meat off the market, really, because he
wants to serve crickets.
Exactly.
Let me see. Go ahead. put some
No,
in your
it's insane. He's not the only one. He's making the headlines because he's Bill Gates, but it's happening all over the place. More and more farmland is going off the market, and what that is going to do, it's going to put pressure on our agriculture system. It's going to put pressure on our farmers. It's going to put pressure on our food supply because fewer people are going to be buying or be planting agriculture. And guess
Yeah.
what? You take Russia, Ukraine off the market. India, some of these other countries, they're restricting exports because they're like, we got to feed our own people first. There's only so much food you can grow in a year. I can't get
Yes.
onions and red peppers because guess what? They grow one time a year, and when they harvest, you
If
either
they
have
miss
them.
the season, it's over.
That's right. That's
So
right.
this is the article I was talking about right here. And
Those are great.
I talk about the insect thing all the time. People think I'm joking, but insects could give meaty taste to food and help the environment, scientists find. Flavorings made from mealworms could one day use the convenience food as a source of protein. Like they're trying to introduce you to it and normalize it with you, make you more comfortable with it. Every week I'm seeing about eating insects. Like I'm not eating bugs. That's a line in the sand for me. I'm not eating bugs. You know what I mean? I've done it before in survival courses. I'm not doing it for real.
Yeah. Stripers
Unless
love
it's
those
survival.
minerals. That's right. Yeah.
So there's a guy, a horse farrer in Emory, Texas, and he said that none of the ranchers that he knows wants to get out of farming, but they have to, and because they're doing livestock liquidation, selling because they can't feed them, and no one is buying the cows to raise. Another banker said that in Texas, farmland is being bought up and turned into solar farms, and this is serious. I'm seeing them everywhere for the green energy that they love, and also a great place for politicians to make money to invest in. You've seen these things everywhere, the longtime banker I'm talking about down in Emory, Texas, said that companies they'll lease the property for a year with a couple solar panels, pay the farmer a good bit of money, but then after that they'll lease it for 30 years, paying them $500,000 a year. So it's a no-brainer. I don't have to do anything. You just put something on my property, and all of a sudden I'm going to be a millionaire and I have to do nothing until I die. Most of them are, if you're 30 or 40 years old, you might not make it that long, but you're going to have more money. Your grandkids aren't going to be able to spend it, but those type of offers are hard to refuse. And obviously trying to, fertilizer, the fuel costs, all these sort of things. It's a no-brainer. So farmers are getting out of the business right and left. The other day, these solar farms, my mom went on vacation, and she still lives in the area I grew up in. And she asked me to go feed her dogs and stuff while she was gone. So I went over there, and the direction I headed, like literally past her property, was all farmland, and it's hundreds of acres of these solar farms now. So that farmland's gone because these solar farms,
you can't eat solar panels, Jack. Yeah. You can't eat solar panels, right? And you know why they're able to do that is because we have all these subsidies out there, these incentives saying like, put some of these solar panels out in your yard, and we're gonna give you, a couple $100,000 if you convert your acreage from plants to solar panels. Okay.
Yeah. Bingo. That is actually what they said, is that they're getting massive tax incentives. So not only are they getting the $500,000 a year to lease their property, they're getting massive tax incentives. So they're getting rich. They're literally being paid not to make food for us.
That's right. That's exactly what they want. Right.
Yeah.
Because it's control. It's about control. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's about control.
It is. It's control. Let's talk about, just for a second, the prizes. Let's do the first one, and we'll give them the code word to type in. And
good. This is my segue.
Let's talk about something happy. Okay. Let's give some.
Let me give something away. Let's be uplifting. Let's help the food shortage by giving some food out.
He's going to show one item. We're going to split them up. Just one item first, and as the
it's one section. There's a couple things in the one.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, let's just, because you're doing 3 different items, right?
I'm doing 3 different sections. There's a little bit of a repetitive theme.
Okay, that's fine. First section, and then for this first section, what you're going to do is you're going to comment the code word I give you in the video. And
okay, show it first.
Yeah, you're going to show it first, and then comment the code word, and you'll be entered in for that one. And we'll give a different code word for the second prize and a third code word for the second prize. You'll comment
Yes.
the video.
It's
And-
late night East Coast giveaway here from
Yeah.
Nutrient Survival.
And Becky will then go back through the comments and choose you guys at random. Okay,
Right.
so Becky, go ahead and take it away.
All right. So first up, thank you for having both Eric and myself on this evening. And I'd love to show up and give stuff away. I feel like I'm the Vanna of YouTube for Nutrient Survival. I'm the happy, as opposed to having Eric and Jack talk about all the depressing realities of the doom and gloom. Right. So first off, we have a co-brand. This is in Jack. Oh no, this is in Jack's kit that is available right now on our website through the end of the month. This is a customized patch from Nutrient Survival, Black Scout Survival, and then we're also going to give you our cool Wolf Pack patch. So you're going to get 2 patches. It's not done yet. This is still prize number 1. A Nutrient Survival hat, like I think it's called a 940 hat. It's like a trucker hat, and then the NRE, which is the Nutrition Ready to Eat, which is in Jack's kit this month. You get 2 of these in the bucket for him. And in that, you have your day's worth of meals. I'll just show you that there's individual packs in here. So you see you have, we got one upside down, but we have chocolate grade crunch, triple cheese mac, Southwest medley. And then in addition to that, you have a meal ready to eat bar. So, and then additional drinks. Oh, there's 4 packages. So in this unit is all this stuff, and you can eat it all in one day, or you can save it for the next day, can separate it amongst friends or your family. So that is prize number 1, Jack. So you take it away with a code word.
Okay.
So hat, patches, and an NRE.
So the code word for this one is I'm not going to eat crickets.
Seriously? It's a code sentence. It's crickets?
Yeah. I'm not going to eat crickets. Right.
Wow. That's awesome.
No,
So
don't comment it in the live chat, guys. Comment it on the video comment section.
Comment off, like not in the running chat,
not
but in the
live
video,
chat,
in the
we won't
feed.
see it in the live chat. Go comment on the
Crickets.
Video.
What do you think the SEO is for crickets?
Probably good right now, Bill Gates.
Oh, actually, you know what? You're absolutely right. It's probably trending.
Yeah, he's pushing this, and like I said, he's the largest farm. I mean, I'd have never thought that Bill Gates and owning the most farmland. You guys are not listening to me. You're typing in the live chats. Don't type in the live chats. You're not entered to the win unless you type in the comment section of the video, not the live chat. So
So
Bill
comments
Gates
below the video, not the feed.
below the video.
It'll be evergreen.
Yeah,
in the
it'll be
comment
evergreen.
section. So I can.
Chat, we're not gonna
I'm going to miss it out. I have to deduce it in the feed. So crickets.
Yep.
Crickets. Okay, moving on to number 2, or let them cricket out.
Yeah, we can break it out a second. So the green energy, I think a lot of this has to do with politicians investing money. They don't really care about the nature of the country. And I think this is on both sides of the political spectrum, because you'll see guys flipping, for different things. I think a lot of the money being sent to Ukraine is probably in politicians investing in the weapon manufacturing. So I think the same thing applies to these solar farms. Politicians are investing in them. I mean, we're building a microchip or semiconductor plant in Arizona that's going to cost $12 billion. We just had Pelosi go to Taiwan, and now there was a congressman that went this week or yesterday, I think. So obviously that's the next one. If you want to invest money, probably semiconductors is what you're going to invest, because Pelosi didn't fly over there and almost start World War III for nothing, right?
I know, stupid. For what purpose? So she could put it on her resume. She went to Taiwan. Give me a break.
Yeah, that money, or probably to get her husband to invest in it.
Well, her husband. You've noticed her husband's been in the news lately, right?
Yeah. He likes to drink and drive,
Apparently.
But so the products you guys make, I mean, you have a pretty good selection. Going forward, I know we got the NRE. Are you going to be adding other meals to the kits, like Southwestern medley per se? Are you going to add new things to that?
Oh man, let me tell you, we have something.
What can you divulge? I guess.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to tell you. All right, So we like to say we're special ops grade because we design our food not just to the standards of the regular military, but to what special operators are needing in their rations. So we call it special ops grade because we're actually 2.5 times more nutrients per calorie than what the military says special operators need when they go on the missions, right? So we're coming out with special ops rocks. Okay, these are, oh man, they're dynamite. They are candy rocks, okay, for a snack. About 260 calories for 2 ounces, something like that. It has about 50 milligrams of caffeine and 13 vitamins. And so these are just awesome for snacking. The chocolate is dark chocolate, so it's super delicious. That's going to happen beginning of September. And we think it's going to rock and roll because we don't have a snack like that in the line yet.
Yeah,
But that's
I can't wait
we're
for
really,
that.
really excited about that.
That's going to
Yeah.
be my favorite for 3 o'clock when I need a hit of caffeine to make it to the
Yeah,
gym.
I
A
can't
little
wait
bit
for
more
that.
excited.
Yeah. And
What
we'll put that
about,
in there.
will
All
you
right.
guys be making any crickets?
You want chocolate covered crickets,
Listen,
nutrient dense crickets?
we're cutting our relationship.
Crunchy.
You guys come out with some kind of
Right.
crickets for one time.
Crickets.
So, the thing is, we only do plant protein, but it's not because I don't eat meat. I mean, I love meat. I love my wife gets so upset because a great day for me is a couple of bratwurst, and we've talked about this in the past. I love bratwurst, but we use plant protein because the USDA is a real pain in the butt when it comes to auditing your facilities and whatnot.
They're
They're really, yeah. So we stuck to plant protein. We get all our protein naturally that way, or through, in the case of whey in our shakes, that's obviously an animal byproduct or product. But we stay away from meat. But it's not because we don't like meat. It's just because, it's a little bit easier to deal with.
Yeah, I do know that a lot of people have sensitivities to whey and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And so a
Yeah.
lot of people do opt for pea protein or vegetable protein.
That's right.
Yeah,
These
all right,
special ops
guys.
rocks, that's pea protein. Special ops rocks, that's all pea protein.
I
Nice.
like some of these comments coming through, like salt and vinegar crickets.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah, you guys can have those. I won't be partake. There's as long as there's steaks out there, will not be eating crickets.
There you go.
Look, I'll eat anything if I have to. I've had before, and it sucks. But if I have the choice, and Bill Gates ain't going to make the choice for me. It's going to be my choice, Or there's nothing left. There's been a nuclear fallout, and there's nothing left except for cockroaches or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right.
Jack, people at Nutrient Survival. We have a whole warehouse. We'll just,
Yeah,
you
perfect.
can come protect us and protect our food and work
That's
out.
the deal. That's the deal. We'll live there for
We'll
the next years.
We'll do that.
Be a little everybody.
All right, Becky, I'm going to let you go ahead and hit the second
All
prize.
right. So in the same vein of theme, because these are limited, and I think that your audience will appreciate these a lot, is the patch again. And again, our wolf patch here. So 2 patches has the hook loop on the backing. So you can put that on anything that you have. And then the second thing that we're getting, these are going up in value as we go to the second and third one, is our 72-hour bug out bag kit. So this is a nice, awesome dry bag contain. You can just throw it in your car, have it somewhere in your house for a grab and go in an emergency situation. And this has, instead of singles, these have singles, but they're in 5-pack containers. So you have 5 of the chocolate shake. So this is 72 hours worth of calories. And they're in the same, but you'd probably break this up to have like your breakfast while you're out there. So as you can see, 5 counts of triple cheese mac. And again, this is on our website. This is our 72-hour bug out bag kit. So has 5 packs of single serves and comes contained in this nice, awesome bug out bag. Nutrient survival, waterproof, awesome against the elements, humidity, and then the 2 patches. So that is number 2. And Jack, what do we got for the code word? First one, crickets. Second one.
And just type in nutrient survival.
Yes, nutrient survival.
Yes.
Perfect. We appreciate that. In the comments, not in the
comments,
live chat. So I'm seeing some of this. Help me clarify. I see on this thread that you can't comment until the live stream is over. Is that correct?
It may be.
Okay.
if that's the case, just
So
jot
if
it
you're
down.
having a hard time, I'm seeing some of those
I
comments.
think I can even comment on the video. You can. That you have to close the live chat and then go comment on the video.
Okay, so just you guys out there, remember you got crickets and you got nutrient survival so far. So, hang on to listen to some of the dialogue in the final prize. But remember, when this goes off or click off, click back on. But crickets, nutrient survival, because I'm going to be checking that after this. I'll give you guys, probably a 24-hour period so that everybody who's coming in late can watch this, and we will choose in the next day or so.
All you have to do
get
is
that
type
out.
in some words to get some cool gear.
Cool
The
stuff.
NRE, the 72-hour bag is cool. I like it.
72-hour, lots of calories. You can, use it for camping. You can use it for breakfast. You can give it to your kids. Some like the chocolate grain crunch. Like this is like you can just like put it on yogurt, add some milk. So this is ready to go. Some of them require a little bit of water and time, but other ones are just grab and go and ready to go. And then don't forget your patches, especially this Black Scout limited one.
Yeah, that is a cool patch.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're almost out of those.
Yeah,
that's why
your kit's been selling crazy. We're literally, I think we're oversold on your kit, but we're gonna keep doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
People were, saying that, I hadn't gotten mine yet, and I was like, look, guys, when the Black Scout
when Jack speaks, people listen.
When the Black Scout subscribers see something, man, they get it, and you better be quick, because like even my own products in our store that we sell, it kind of depends, but we'll post something and it'll be gone within an hour. Especially hats, like we can't even keep up with the manufacturing of them. Nelson, are you asking for nutrient survival to join the tribe? Is that what you're asking, buddy? We got a tribe that's like it's off of YouTube where the paid members, and we've got a few hundred there. We have networking opportunities there, reference materials. There's knowledge transfer. I mean, it's amazing. It's basically a way to join a network that's every state in the country, and we have broke down by state and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, sounds great. We're in. I
guess I should get you guys in there. And I'll send you the link and get you guys in there, so that way, obviously you can talk. I mean, they have lots of questions about things, and you guys are obviously experts in this field. So you make food that so
we have the food section.
Yeah,
we're learning from others who are experts in trying
section. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what is your biggest fear, I guess, both you guys, as far as moving forward in the country? Like what is the thing that scares you the most? I mean, hypotheticals, is there something you see? What is got you, I guess, the most fear?
Man, that's not an easy question.
Mine is cost of living. Mine is cost of living.
I think it's for me, it'd be just everything. I just see people. I mean, just as a society, people are different. People are not patient. People aren't kind. People are they expecting. There's entitlement. That sort of thing. And then just the politicians and money grubbing, making bad decisions just to line their pockets. A lot of people, when I talk about these things, they don't really understand that, where they're, obviously passing bills so they can invest in said company, right? Yeah. So let's say back in the 60s or 70s when I guess 80s or 90s, whenever seatbelt laws came upon, I guess it was 90s, when the bill came, and people, not even seatbelt, that's a bad one. The seatbelt, ding, 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 the beeper whenever you don't do your seatbelt. So whenever they made that like a law, politicians went and invested in those companies, because like everybody's got to do it. It's easy money. The stock's going to be successful. And that's what I think is happening across the board with about everything that happens in our country. So that scares me, people that are just out for money. The love of money is the root of all evil. So
I think the biggest thing that scares the hell out of me is, and we just went through it, it's how, as a society, we can collectively become sheep and follow these knuckleheads, and we across the board, everybody either drank the Kool-Aid or had to comply, to live their life, and you
Yes.
see things like the Holocaust, right? And you're like, how the hell did that happen? How did Germany
Well,
kill all
exactly
these
this.
Jews?
Yes.
It's the same thing, honestly. We just had our little mini one called "Get the Shot, Wear Your Stupid Mask."
Yep.
I flew out here to Maryland yesterday, took the red eye. I swear to God, 25-30% of the people wearing these masks. I'm like,
They're still wearing them.
I mean, really? Like, what? I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. And just continue to drink the Kool-Aid. And
Yep.
I don't get it, Jack. But I think that scares the hell out of me the most. How we can, as a society, just put the blinders on and black sheep.
Yeah, the cognitive dissonance is so profound.
Yeah.
Like you said, people are still wearing masks. This is the thing that just I don't understand it. One, I seen a lady the other day. She had posted something. I don't know how she popped in my feed, but she's like, "Thank goodness I got my fourth booster because my COVID."
Congratulations, you've reduced your immunity system by another 25% by getting that fourth
She's
booster.
like, "It's not that bad," and I'm like, I mean, she was sick for 30 days too. That was the thing. She was sick for 30 days. Well, I got COVID. I was sick for literally about maybe 14 hours. I went outside and sat in the sun. I take I take way more vitamin D than I'm supposed to, just because I think it's beneficial. But that's probably helped being in shade. But literally, it was like nothing. All I had was fever too. There was nothing else. No other symptoms. No coughing, sore throat, anything. Just a fever. That was it. And so these people, they're like, well, I'm glad I got the fourth booster because I would have had work. No, you probably would have been like me and just been okay. But the cognitive dissonance, and the thing is nothing has changed. Like what we were like scared to go outside. We shut businesses down for people wearing masks and gloves and face shields and grocery store. That threat still exists. As you see, the threat still exists.
That's right.
And there's now people are living their lives like normal, except for some people wearing masks, but they fooled you guys. Like you fell for it. You know what I mean? Like it's mind blowing.
Jack, one day we all were wearing masks. The next day they said it's okay, you don't have to wear a mask. I mean, what changed, right? Now the CDC comes out with their new guidance, like, oh, by the way, 6 feet was just totally arbitrary. We actually wanted 10 feet, but the White House negotiated with us, and so we settled on 6. And now that it's just complete. You cannot believe these guys, right?
Yeah.
It is just unbelievable, and how we have been, lured into this state of compliance. I just that scares the heck out of me, because what we saw, man, it can happen again. And if the stakes are higher, just think about it. We shut this country down.
Yeah, and demonizing people that went against. We were deplatforming people. And demonizing people. Oh, like there was literally people ready to fight about people not getting shots.
Yes.
And things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's wild. Like, so the reference of Nazi Germany, how it happened, 100% right.
Yeah.
The next time it could be worse, though.
It could be. My kid, he was lucky. He got to swim in the Olympics, and they made sure everybody had their shot and all that stuff. Well, there's one kid, Michael Andrew. He's a great swimmer, great American swimmer, and he did not get the shot because he looked at the data, and the data said, man, this is not good for young men and causes heart inflammation and other things like that, right?
Still an athlete.
Yeah, exactly. So he didn't do it, and that kid was put out on the stake. They were coming at him hard, and he's an outstanding swimmer, so he's a hero, American hero. But they were still coming at him for not getting the shot. Like, how can you do that, right? How can you put all these other swimmers at risk and blah, blah, blah. And now look at it. Well, we're seeing data now that there's heavy metals and lead in these vaccines. Like, how is that good for you, right? Yeah. And look what they're doing, right? They're flipping it, because it used to be like, hey, President Joe, Sleepy Joe, I did the vaccine. I got the vaccine out there. Now, hey, heavy metals. Oh, that's all Trump. It's all Trump.
I saw that too. They're actually blaming Trump for all that now. And I didn't notice how they flipped the narrative.
They're taking credit, and now they're blaming. Okay.
Yeah. It's like the gas thing. Well, Karine Jean-Pierre, the speaker for the White House, was like, we don't control gas prices. Then a a few weeks later when the gas prices dropped, not by their accord, but they were like, well, yeah, we made moves. Well, I thought you just said you didn't control it. Which is it? It can't be both. I mean, that's how the ignorant the populace is. They watch CNN all day and walk around just absorbing that and just shaking their head.
It's laughable. So
what is your thoughts, Becky?
Well,
Becky's a giveaway person, okay?
No, yeah, no. I yes, I have wonderful views on that, but I definitely
So,
I
Becky,
could see the divide in the country with the vaccination. Now, my biggest thing, this is truth from me personally, is I hate all things medical. Like, I don't want to put anything in my body. Like, fundamentally, I don't, before vaccines, before anything, right? So I was one of those people that didn't want to vaccinate for the reason that I just didn't want to put anything in my body, not because I believed it, disbelieved it, thought I was being chipped.
I think a lot of people that used to believe what you believe probably flipped based off of the narrative. So it's good you held on to that belief.
Well, like I didn't want to, just for health aspects, because I have been a gym rat my whole life, push-ups on the floor, basically licking the floor my whole life from 10 to 40. My immune system has served me well thus far. So to disrupt that, I was not keen on that. But I had people that were really close to me that were advocates, and like pretty much against my will, I needed to vaccinate in order to appease them. And it was something that I wasn't, but these are like immediate family members, like my daughter. And it wasn't because this or that. Just fundamentally, I did not want to put anything in my body, period. Didn't have to go any further than that. So
it's sad that people want to pressure others for that.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. That's what Eric is saying about
and how the narrative has. The narrative pushed people to divide that much is mind-boggling.
It was an adult decision that I didn't want to make, that I made based on, the value of, it was like, if you don't love me, if you don't vaccinate. Is that true?
Yeah, there's a few lines in my life, and that's one: eating crickets, not happening.
Unless they're nutrient dense, chocolate covered.
Yeah, not even that. Turning over firearms, not happening. I will not. I was not going to take the vaccine, no matter how far it went, and I will never be okay with. If pedophilia will ever get legalized, things will get very bad. Things will get very bad. I'm only going to say that. But yeah, that's it. Those are
I mean, there's definitely taught, I think, everybody a little bit about themselves, and a little bit about having to, like, not side, but what you valued, right? And then to see a divide and a stance, and I still have plenty of friends that are not vaccinated, and I think right now, like with the trajectory of what you've seen, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Like, people are quadruple vaxxed and they're so sick, and then people like yourself get it for 14 hours, and it's just like, I'm fundamentally back up. My fitness background: get in the sun, exercise, eat the most nutrient dense food you possibly can do, and don't lick people who are sick like directly.
So, the funny thing is I've always been I catch colds pretty quickly, and pretty often, previous to the coof, I call it. And whenever I got it, it took me, I think, a year and a half to get it. But whenever I got it, like I said, I was only sick for like 14 hours. I've not been sick since then, which is crazy. I've never went this long without it. I don't got the vax. It's crazy. I don't even catch a cold. My sinus has even been better. It's crazy.
So you know why? Because our creator has made us amazing creatures. And just let your body do what it's supposed to do. I mean, how we survived for whether you're a creationist or an evolutionist, whatever, we've been around for thousands of years, and we didn't get here by accident, and anybody that says like we came out of a puddle of mud with a bolt of lightning, like, come on, really?
Yeah.
We are amazing creatures.
See the way the world works. I mean, there's no way this happened by accident. You know what I mean?
No. Please, you have to
So kind of
have
along
more
those lines,
faith to believe that. You have to have more faith to believe that than you do to believe in in
100%.
God. Come on, give me a break.
You know, it's kind of like the watch on a beach thing. If you know, I don't know if you ever heard the story, like your guy walks on the beach, finds a watch. Does he think it happened by accident or somebody built it? If you look around how seamlessly the world works, like a watch,
Yeah.
you know, and so that's the thing. The other thing about this, like this whole the shot thing really hit me. It made me not trust doctors anymore, not trust medical at all, because they push this. A lot of them push this. Even friends that I know that are in the medical field, you know, and they push this. And I'm not a doctor. It's kind of like in the beginning, or sorry, a year and a half ago, I did a video, and I was like, the best thing you can do is go exercise, get out in the sun, walk, get in shape. That's going to be your best defense, not this shot.
Yeah.
I immediately got a strike from YouTube, right? Anyway, I peeled it. I wound up winning it. But this week, the British scientists showed research, and I guess it was proved by the CDC, saying that the best course was physical fitness. So it's like I'm not a doc. I'm like halfway an idiot, and I figured this out a year and a half ago. And you know, these guys are supposed to be professionals in this field, and they're just now figuring it. So I've lost a lot of trust in medical, and so along with that, I don't take any vaccines anymore at all. My kids don't. You know, we have to go to a doctor because most hospitals will not let you allow you in there if you're not vaccinated. These certain vaccines, right? And so we have to go to an alternative hospital or doctor to be seen now, you know. But maybe that's why I'm not getting sick. I'm not getting any of these weird, you know, chemistry put in my body that I don't need, you know, because God made us perfect, like you said, Eric.
Really did. Yeah, that's crazy stuff.
All right, let's go ahead and show the final giveaway.
Let me guess. There's a patch.
Take it away, Becky.
That's the final countdown.
It's the final countdown.
The final countdown.
Yes,
there is a patch involved. There's two patches involved. Ours, but then the cooler of the two, the Black Scout Survival for this audience. But it is very cool and very detailed. But our wolf is like, maybe they can like, you know, they can glide it. And then finally we have.
Whoa!
I was gonna give a.
Whoa!
Sorry. Wait, did I? Dad,
did I authorize that? That's a big one.
That's a lot of money there.
This is a lot of money, folks. Because
switch it out, Becky, real quick.
Yeah. Can you accidentally pop Eric off and be like, "Oops, bad technology"? So we have this bucket. I'm a little close. So it is not. I put Black Scouts on it, but what it actually is our actual 14-day emergency supply kit, because Jack's kit is so hot right now. I had to go with our kit, but you're gonna get this cool label and your patch, and this has this wonderful commando bucket. I know Jack has shown this a couple of times, and I know I'm super close to the screen, but these contain full-size pantry packs. So these are amazing. These are a ton of calories. There are like anywhere from 15 to 30 servings in these various bags of deliciousness. So mac and cheese, I'm just going to take a couple, but you can see you're going to get this whole entire bucket. Southwest medley, oatmeal, and Jack's done this many a time, but this isn't his specific kit. This is our nutrient survival 14-day emergency kit, but I will send it out with a Black Scout survival nutrient co-branded label, and you will get that patch that is in his kit. But if you want to get the Black Scout survival kit, I would say get it in the next 24 hours after this live stream, because they might be gone by Monday. So maple almond grape crunch, and I think there's one more in here. Yes, and the chocolate shake, which just is the most like macro base, as Jack said. This is what he adds, his serving of this, and then a coffee packet, and that gives you that extra boost of caffeine and another dose of some vitamins in there. So 14-day bucket kit. I'll reload this, and that is what you're going to get. So Jack, what is the code word for number 3?
So the code phrase for number 3 is feed me Becky. Feed me Becky. You're going to type that in the comments, okay? And so
you know, it should be Becky needs a raise. There's a movement out there going, and if I could get this, I might get a raise by Christmas. Look at Eric's like, oh my God,
typing that in there. So
Another
so-
raise, Becky?
Yes, I am compensated nicely, but there is inflation. I'm pushing for the inflation raise in the just in
Don't
case
blame
raise.
me.
You'll
Don't blame
never
me. I
match
didn't
that,
the guy.
Becky. Joe
No,
Biden's
I'll
pumping
blame that I spent, you ready guys? This is why I need a raise, is because I bought 5 avocados today for $15.
Whoa,
What?
whoa.
I was in charge of the guacamole tonight with my friends, and that's how much.
That's crazy. Well,
Yeah.
Hey, I could have went for some guacamole today. Man, I love avocados. I eat them almost every day.
Yes, I had to make my guac fresh. So in order to feed 6 people, I needed 6 avocados. and that's
Real
fine.
quick, guys that are do not comment in the live chat. Comment in the comment section. Just close
Comment.
the live chat for
I'm
a
not
second.
doing a good job showing this ginormous bucket. So let me back up for some depth perception.
Here, I got you. But it's huge, yeah.
Yeah, it's huge. So this is not the Jack's Black Scout co-branded kit that we have on our website right now. This is our emergency kit with a Black Scout sticker, but you can still get Jack's kit if you like. Probably again going to run out. That promo ends the first of the month. It will be evergreen. We still have it available, but it will not contain the limited patch. But everybody tonight is going home with a patch. If you put in, let's see if I can remember, crickets, nutrient survival for number 2, and Becky, thank you, Jack, for that shout out for the 3rd giant bucket that Eric approved right now.
On live there, he didn't have a choice. He just had to do it. You know,
it's just
1 year's worth of nutrient survival food.
I'm just giving away the house, Eric, while you're gone.
Yeah.
Lifetime supply.
Lifetime supply. That's coming next one.
Yeah. So kind of, I just want to touch on this too real quick because I see a lot of people when I talk about this, they're not grasping it. You come from a fitness background, Becky. Protein shakes. So when you drink, like you buy protein. I mean, I consume that type of protein too, like a whey isolate. It doesn't have any carbs. It doesn't have any sugars. You need carbs and sugars with your protein. If you drink protein by itself, your body's going to absorb it. Your muscle tissue is going to absorb some of it, but it's going to be much greater if it has a carb and a sugar, something that your body can take in quickly. Because after working out, your body burns through glycogen, right? And so your body needs glucose to recover that in form of carbs or sugars. Am I correct?
Yeah. So I think of the muscles like in the immediate refueling after. So protein, definitely, your body is amazing. Like, Eric said, from our creator, but the body has the ability to, the body can only use sugar as a, like, for thought, for muscle, in the Krebs cycle, for energy. So like you hear people do the Atkins diet, right? So you're only eating fat and you're only eating protein. Well, your body will eventually take that fat and that protein and break it down into a sugar. It's not optimal. It's like an emergency situation for the body, but it can do it for long periods of time. But again, the body wants sugar, but it doesn't want an overabundance of sugar, right? So if you think about after a workout, your muscles are like a sponge. So if you wring out a sponge, right, and you put it in water, as soon as it's saturated, that's all that it needs, right? Anything excess. So if you think about your muscles as that sponge, so post-workout, you want enough to fill that sponge, not enough to make it drippy, because that drippiness is what goes to fat. It gets stored as fat for later. So you want to piggyback your protein on a sugar immediately after a workout. So that's why you talk about macros, having the balance between carbs, fat, and protein, because those will allow, they kind of take a backpack ride into the muscle on the sugar. The protein goes with the sugar to repair. Sugar helps the energy to be reset for the next muscle fire. And the protein is there and set from taking the ride on the sugar to repair and rebuild better and stronger. So yes, you need all of that. But if you don't have carbs, your body will create carbs, but at the expense of that protein.
Yes, that's right. So you won't, so your muscle, you won't build muscle as efficiently. Real quick, efficiently. Did I say efficiently?
Yeah. No, you said efficiently. Yeah, correct.
Mike, you is asking, is it 3 separate posts? Yes. You have to separate the posts. You can't just type the crickets.
Nutrient survival, Becky.
Yeah, you can't do that. You got to make them separate. Okay.
Yeah. So please don't forget that crickets, number 1, you're getting the hat and the NRE. Number 2, everything gets a patch, both nutrient survival and as well as the Black Scout limited supply patch. So first is a hat and an NRE and the patches. Second is that bug out bag with your single 5 counts in the dry bag. And then that final is that bucket, that 14-day emergency kit from Nutrient Survival with Jack's sticker, with Jack's patch, and then with our wolf patch as well. So 3 separate things: crickets for the hat, Nutrient Survival for the bug out bag, and then Becky begged Eric for forgiveness for giving away such a large, costly item.
Well, guys, I do appreciate you guys hanging out with me. It's late, most people, I'm a late night,
I'm West Coast, so it's not bad for me.
Okay.
So.
Okay. So you're up. And so, I know that, especially Eric's, so Becky's on, what time zone are you in?
Pacific time, right? So
Pacific.
it's 9:58 right now for me.
So you're Pacific now. Eric's actually in my time, so it's midnight for him. So he's probably ready to go. He's probably ready to go to bed.
He's had a red eye. He's had a full day.
Yeah, he just flew all day. He's had a tough day. So I do appreciate you doing that, Eric and Becky. Thanks for hanging out with me, man.
We appreciate you, Jack.
For making the kit. Obviously, guys, they probably have a few left. I know they've been selling very quickly. So if you want to get that kit before losing, because it's a discount during this month is the reason why, and you get to use my discount code along with it, and you get the free patch. So you're never going to get it this cheap is what I'm getting to. So go ahead, and the link's below for that, and the code is below, is Black Scout 10. Okay, and the code works for everything site wide. So if you go snagging some extra coffee, I highly suggest that.
Is that subliminal, Jack? You need more coffee already?
Yeah, not yet. No, I should be good for a while, but I do love it. And so someone was asking the other day about the coffee, and they said, "Is it like Starbucks?" It's better than the freeze-dried Starbucks.
Thank you for that shout out.
It's better, and it has vitamins in it, which you can't.
And it's portable.
Yeah, it's portable.
It's got portable.
Definitely go follow those links and get that. And thank you guys for partnering with me and helping me and just being good friends of mine over this time. You guys are good people, and I love support good people. And my followers, I don't really have very many. I'm not shilling something every day from every other other company. I only work with a few different people, and you guys are one of them because I really do like you guys and I like what you guys stand for and do. So anyhow, any last words before we end the video?
Right on. Thanks, Jack. Appreciate your partnership.
Crickets, Nutrient Survival, Becky.
Yes, sir. That's right. Don't forget it, guys. Go comment on the video once it ends. And as always, remember to stay frosty, stay strapped, and stay dangerous. Take care.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Bye.